Why Barakamon is the most underrated anime of all time and why you need to watch it. Picture this. A world-renowned calligraphy master punches an elderly art critic in the face and gets banished to a remote Japanese island as punishment. Sounds like the setup for a generic redemption story, right? Wrong. What happens next will completely shatter everything you think you know about success, art, and what it truly means to live. I'm talking about Barakamon, and if you haven't watched it yet, you are missing out on what might be the most emotionally devastating and life-changing anime experience you'll ever have. And here's the kicker: barely anyone talks about it. While everyone's arguing over Attack on Titan endings and Demon Slayer animation, this absolute masterpiece sits in the shadows, quietly destroying viewers one episode at a time. But before I tell you why this anime will wreck your soul in the best possible way, let me paint you the real picture of what Barakamon actually is, because it is nothing like what you'd expect. Our protagonist, Seishu Handa, isn't your typical anime hero. He's a 23-year-old calligraphy prodigy who spent his entire life chasing perfection in the most traditional, rigid way possible. His work is technically flawless, praised by critics, and completely soulless. When that elderly critic calls his art unoriginal at an exhibition, Handa's carefully constructed world crumbles, and he responds the only way he knows how: with violence. The punishment: exile to Goto Island, a tiny speck of land where time moves differently and city conveniences don't exist. Handa expects isolation, peace, and the perfect environment to rediscover his artistic voice. What he gets instead is chaos incarnate in the form of a 7-year-old girl named Naru. Now here's where Barakamon becomes something special. Something that transcends typical anime storytelling. Naru isn't just comic relief or a cute mascot character. She's a force of nature that represents everything Handa has forgotten about life and art. While he's been obsessing over brushstrokes and technical perfection, she's been living with the kind of authentic freedom that true artists spend lifetimes trying to recapture. The genius of Barakamon lies in how it uses this dynamic to explore profound themes without ever feeling preachy or heavy-handed. Every interaction between Handa and the island residents, especially Naru, chips away at his rigid worldview. When she carelessly destroys his carefully arranged art supplies, when she drags him on seemingly pointless adventures around the island, when she creates art with sticks in the dirt that somehow captures more life than his prestigious gallery pieces, each moment is a revelation. But here is what makes this anime absolutely devastating. It doesn't just show us Handa's transformation. It forces us to confront our own relationship with success and authenticity. How many of us have spent years chasing external validation while losing touch with what actually makes us feel alive? How many of us have mistaken technical skill for genuine passion? The payoff moments in Barakamon hit like freight trains because they are built on this foundation of genuine human connection. There's a scene where Handa watches Naru play in the ocean, completely present and joyful, while he realizes he can't remember the last time he felt that kind of pure happiness. It's not dramatic or over the top, it's quietly heartbreaking because it's so relatable. And this is why Barakamon being underrated is such a crime against the anime community. While we celebrate shows with flashy animation and complex plot twists, we're sleeping on a series that actually changes how you see the world. The animation might not have the budget of a Studio Trigger production, but every frame serves the story. The pacing might feel slow compared to action series, but that deliberate rhythm mirrors the island's healing influence on Handa's frantic city mindset. The supporting cast deserves special mention because they're not just quirky island stereotypes. Each resident represents a different aspect of authentic living that Handa needs to understand. There's Hiroshi, the high school student who dreams of leaving the island but finds value in his roots. Miwa and Tamako, the teenage girls who balance modern concerns with traditional island life. The village chief who sees through Handa's artistic pretensions with gentle wisdom. What's brilliant is how the show uses these characters to explore the tension between ambition and contentment, between striving for excellence and appreciating what you already have. Handa came to the island as punishment, but he discovers it's actually salvation, not from his career, but from the hollow pursuit of recognition that was slowly killing his artistic soul. The emotional payoffs keep building throughout the series. There's the moment when Handa creates his first piece of truly honest calligraphy, inspired not by classical techniques but by his experiences with the island community. There is the devastating scene where he has to choose between returning to his old life in Tokyo or staying in this place that has taught him what happiness actually feels like. But perhaps the most powerful element of Barakamon is how it handles the concept of teaching and learning. Handa arrives on the island believing he's the expert who needs solitude to rediscover his genius. Instead, he becomes the student, and his teachers are a 7-year-old girl who doesn't know the proper way to do anything, and a community that values connection over achievement. This role reversal is where the show's deepest wisdom lies. Naru doesn't teach Handa through lectures or dramatic interventions. She teaches him by simply being herself, curious, spontaneous, unafraid of making mistakes, and completely present in every moment. She shows him that the authentic voice he's been searching for isn't something he needs to create. It's something he needs to stop hiding. The series builds to an emotional climax that I won't spoil, but it involves Handa finally understanding the difference between being skilled and being an artist, between being successful and being fulfilled. The payoff is earned through 12 episodes of careful character development and genuine relationship building. So why isn't everyone talking about Barakamon? Maybe it is because we've been conditioned to expect anime to be escapist fantasy rather than mirrors that reflect our own struggles. Maybe it's because slice-of-life series don't generate the same social media buzz as battle shounen. Or maybe it is because confronting our own relationship with authenticity and success is harder than watching characters fight monsters. Whatever the reason, you're missing out on something extraordinary. Barakamon isn't just entertainment. It's therapy disguised as anime. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound journeys happen not when we're chasing our dreams, but when we stop long enough to remember why those dreams mattered in the first place. If you watch one underrated anime this year, make it Barakamon. Just be prepared, it might change how you see everything else.